to be back with all of you. I'll be more than happy if you can all come up on the videos. Right? Thank you. Thank you so much. So, dear devotees, we'll start with prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guroh Shri Yutaha Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namne Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratushe Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhi Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayati Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Mishwaram Shri Gurum Deenatarinam. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Very happy to be with all of you once again. I was gone for some time, but then I'm back to my base and thus very happy to be with all of you. I'll be happier if you all can come on videos. That will give me assurance that I am talking to people and not machines. And I'm not just talking to peoples, I'm talking to wonderful Vaishnavas. And yes, when anybody came in front of Vali, they will lose half of their power. But if Vaishnavas come in front of the Bhagavatam speaker, then they get more and more empowered to speak on the divine subject matter. And that's why I keep encouraging. At least that works for me. The more devotees come, I get more encouraged to glorify the Lordships. And thus there is better purification. More the Lord's glorification, better is our purification. So today is the day for our Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, chapter 8, the talks between Ramanand Rai and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We have been dwelling very deeply in this discussion because it's a very amazing philosophical, yet it has a very deep rasa. There's a lot of rasa and philosophy both together. And that's why we are taking a lot of time to go through this section. Right? Okay. So what did we discuss last time? It's very important that we have a recap. So last time we had discussed about the art of getting PR in Vrindavan. Yes, permanent residence. How to get permanent residence in Vrindavan. That was our subject matter for last time. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he confirms to Ramanand Rai that there is no deeper tattva than Radha and Krishna and their wonderful exchange of divine mellows, the conjugal ras. There is nothing more to discuss if we have discussed this. But still, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is interested, goal is clear, but can you please let us know what is the procedure, what is the process to achieve this goal? And that is the time Shri Ramanand Rai, he speaks that this particular goal is very mysterious, mystical, and yet it can be only achieved. It cannot be achieved. First of all, he says, what cannot reveal Radha Krishna Leela? None of the other rasas, namely, what to speak of Shanta, even Dasya, Sakya, or even to the point of Vatsalya, cannot as such reveal the Leelas of Radha and Krishna. Yes? And it is only the gopis who can actually who expand the pastimes of Radha Krishna, and they have a right to appreciate these pastimes of Radha and Krishna. And why the gopis can do it? Because the gopis are the one who nourish the pastimes of Radha Krishna. So we see also all this. So what is the secret for PR in Vrindavan, permanent residence? The secret is there is no other procedure other than following in the footsteps of gopis. Yes. Sakhi bhav. And then we saw the definition of who is a Sakhi. Sakhi is one who expands the Madhurya Leela of Radha and Krishna. Such a person is called a Sakhi. Such a gopi is called a Sakhi. So how to fulfill, how to follow in the footsteps? So that thing is what we had discussed last time. Yes. So the gopis, they have 16 businesses. They do 16 things related to Radha and Krishna. And what is the first business? That is so amazing, right? The first is to chant. That is their first business. Out of all the 16 businesses, the first business is to chant the glories of Radha and Krishna, the names of Radha and Krishna. Yes, so like this we saw 16 different procedures that the gopis perform, and we need to do that in order to achieve. So now we are going to go ahead in our subject matter of discussion. And that subject matter of discussion is why to take shelter of gopis. We understand we have to take shelter of gopis, but why? So we are going to see this from evidence point of view. Now Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami has told very clearly, unless you don't take shelter of gopis, you are not going to understand Radha Krishna Leela, you are not going to Golok Vrindavan. Okay? Then why to take shelter of gopis from an evidence point of view? So this is a verse that comes from Govinda Leelamrit. Yes? So let us see what this verse is telling. You can all recite with me as we are reciting this verse. And the other devotees who have joined us, welcome, but keep your videos on. Vibhurapi sukharupasva prakashopi bhava shanamapi nahi radha krishna yoryarite swaha pravahati rasa pushtim chid vibhuti rivesha Shrayati na padamasam kah sakhinam rasagnya. So this verse is from Govinda Leelamrit, and what is this verse talking about? So it's first talking about what is the subject matter? The subject matter is Radha Krishna Yor, it's Radha and Krishna, and Ya Riteswaha, along with their entourage. So the particular subject matter of discussion is the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. Okay, pastimes of Radha and Krishna. How are they? So pastimes of Radha Krishna are Swaprakasha. They are Swaprakashopi Bhava. They be spiritual active. They are completely spiritual. Bhava. At the same time, they are self-effulgent. Yes, they are self-effulgent. So Radha and Krishna are Vibhu. They are all powerful. Sukha Rupa, embodiment of real happiness and pleasure. Happiness, pleasure, and all these things that comes from Radha and Krishna. Yes. So they are happy, they are happiness personified, the pastimes are unlimited, they are Vibhur, all powerful. Yes, very nice. So this is Radha and Krishna's pastimes being self-effulgent. But that is why it is said, Api, although this is all fact, Shanapapi, not even for a moment. Yes, not even for a moment these pastimes, pravahati rasa pushtim chid vibhuti rivesha. Shrayati na padamasam ka sakhinam rasagnya. So not even for a moment these pastimes, these leelas are felt complete without Lord's personal friends. Yes, never complete without the gopis. I just had an example. I don't have experience, but example I can definitely give, right? Suppose there is a husband and wife, they love each other so much and they want to celebrate their marriage anniversary. So they will celebrate alone, they'll invite everyone. Oh, we are throwing a party. So they'll throw a party, invite all the friends together, and that gives a sense of fulfillment to that celebration. We need people to celebrate with, right? Even Arjuna, it's not that you give him the kingdom and he's like, oh, I didn't want it's not that Arjuna is saying I don't want the kingdom, but he says that this kingdom will give me no pleasure without my friends and relatives. So that is the logical point of view that he was using. But similarly, Radha and Krishna are self-effulgent, their pastimes of self-effulgent, happiness personified, unlimited, all powerful. All these qualities are there, but these pastimes are incomplete without the gopis, who are Lord's personal friends. Incomplete. And Krishna is complete, but he feels lack of completeness without his spiritual potencies. Yeah, so this much Krishna feels for the gopis. And therefore, unless one takes shelter of these potencies, these gopis, one cannot enter into the company of Radha and Krishna. Direct words from Govinda Lilamrita. So who can be interested in Radha Krishna pastimes without taking shelter of? Shrayati na padam asam kaha. Who is that person who doesn't take Shrayati? Comes from the word ashray. Who is the person who will not take shelter of such wonderful, amazing cowherd friends of Radha and Krishna, but he still wants to go to Golok Vrindavan. Oh, my dear, if you want to serve in the pastimes of Radha and Krishna, you definitely need an entry pass. You need recommendation from a gopi. Yes. Shiva, he had a desire to take part in Ras Leela, so he said, oh, if you want to enter Krishna's Ras Leela, the first thing is you have to be having a female body. So he thought, okay, fine. I'll do that. That's so simple. So he went. He was going entry, but they stopped him at the entry point. Wait. Where? And who are you? They said, Shiva said, oh, well, everything's perfect. I've done everything very well. Get up, why these people are stopping me? Shiva had forgotten to take off his snakes and scorpions. So, the security check, like whenever you go in the flight, there's flight security check, there's immigration, all these things, right? They all grill you. So Shiva failed the security check only. So he failed the security check. He had dangerous items. So gopis felt these all things are dangerous. If you take near our Krishna or Radharani, they will get scared. Or there is a potential threat. So they immediately stopped him there and they called senior authorities. First of all, we never put our programs in any other WhatsApp group. We have a very closed WhatsApp group. How did you know about our program? So they wanted to scrutinize. Interrogation. They called an interrogation team. He was taken there. He had to face a lot. My God. So finally, the one who came and saved me, they asked him then, who are you under? First, you just tell us one thing. Who are you? And which group do you belong to? Which Vrinda? Which Sakhi you are under? And he didn't know all these things. He thought, there's a dance, I'll go and dance. I'm also Nataraj, right? I also dance nicely. I have the skill of dancing, so we go dance with Krishna. What's a big deal? No problem. But that is a very big problem. He didn't know the rules there. So he was kind of asking, please, I don't know, let me go and dance with Krishna. Yeah, we're not going to let you dance with Krishna just like that. You're supposed to tell us. And then finally, Vrinda Gopi. Yes, Vrinda Gopi is Tulsi Devi residing in Vrindavan. She comes to rescue. And says, okay, fine, she's under, I take her. Otherwise, they were going to hit her, really hit her. You're coming to harm Krishna, they're going to beat. Can you imagine Shiva gets nice thrashing in Vrindavan? getting thrashed. Nobody can touch him in this material world. He's Vishweshwar. In Vrindavan, he's getting thrashing from. He's getting beaten up by all girls, of cowherd girls. So he was actually, some of them actually hit him also. Who is this? He tried to say, I'm Bholi Gopi. That's the only name he knew. Bholenath. So I said, I'm Bholi. But that didn't work out. You are not Bola Bala. You're going to get nicely. But then, yeah, Vrinda Devi comes to the rescue and then she says that, okay, all right, she's with me. But she tells that you can remain outside and ensure nobody else comes in. So Shiva resides there as Gopishwar Mahadev, as Dham Palak, ensuring that nobody else can come in to these pastimes. So this is very important principle. Nobody can enter. And that is why every day, I heard one senior devotee giving an amazing class. And he said that every day we do Tulsi Aarti. Why did Srila Prabhupada introduce Tulsi Aarti? Sadhak, at the Sadhak stage, you may say, Prabhu, because we commit so many sinful activities every day. So that 3 times Yani Kani is mostly Yani Kani Cha Papani. We go 3 times and then all Papi. Brahma Hatyadi Kani. Even if you kill a Brahmana, oh, you're purified. Perfect. That's the reason Prabhupada introduced. Because we are all so sinful, we commit so many sins. No. Which is the first part? The first part is an appeal. An appeal for permanent residence. We are taking shelter, following in the footsteps of Vrinda Gopi. That Gopi who is, on whose name the entire abode of Lord is named. So Tulsi Aarti is very important. Worship of Tulsi Devi, Tulsi Aarti, because in Vrindavan she is Vrinda Gopi. Right? And she gives us, she is in charge, she is the head of immigrations. And she can give anybody a PR directly. If she is happy with you, you serve her, she's happy, just take it. She can do that. So let's find out what is actually the real inclination of the gopis. What is their inclination? Okay, why we say so much about the gopis? How are they inclined? Sakhira swabhava eka akatya kathana Krishna saha nija lilaya nahi sakhira mana. Okay. So we're going to find out what is the real inclination of the gopis. And this is a fact, inexplicable fact about the natural inclination of gopis. What is that? Krishnera saha nija lilaya nahi sakhira mana sakhira swabhava eka akatya katan. Akatya katan, that means inexplicable fact about is what? Swabhava. What is the swabhava? Krishna saha nija lilaya nahi sakhiraman. Their goal is not that we want to enjoy with Krishna. Personally, I am taking part in Krishna Lila to enjoy with Krishna. That is not what the gopis want. Usually, why do we take a service? We like it. I like cooking seva, so I take it. I like management seva, I took it because I get to enjoy. So gopis are not doing this seva because they will enjoy personally with Krishna. They never want to do that. That's never their inclination. That's what clearly separates out Shurpanakha, Ubja, and all these personalities from the gopis. Shurpanakha was attracted to Ram. There was lust. She thought, I'll marry him and I'll enjoy. We will enjoy and he'll give me very good enjoyment. Then Ram said, look at Lakshman, I have taken Ekpati, I already have a wife. He's single, you can try. She left to Lakshman. Okay, if he can't give, I'll take from him. So she was interested in her own enjoyment. So was Kubja. Kubja had a desire to enjoy with Krishna. That is the desire she developed. Yes, they did not have any service attitude. So gopis do not have a desire to enjoy personally with Krishna. Yes. Then one may ask, but still, if they are serving with their heart and soul, something gives them joy, right? Prabhupada writes about this concept of rasa. What is rasa? Prabhupada writes, rasa is a taste, some kind of taste you get by doing an activity. You drink water, there's some taste in water. If there is no taste, You cannot drink distilled water because there is no taste in distilled water. There's some kind of taste because of which you are drinking water. There's some kind of taste because of which you are eating food. Yes, there's a taste in everything. Initially, Brahmaji, he had created some Manasaputras. And he said, come on, now please expand the population. And they were all like, we don't want to. Nobody was interested. Why should we? And then Brahma had to create a kind of a pleasure, but some kind of pleasure in the genitals. And it was only because of that pleasure that the creation happened. Otherwise, nobody was into, who will take, come on, why this so much unnecessarily work? We don't want to go through all these things. But that single pleasure which was put in everybody's genitals, that is something that there is some rasa there, some taste. And that's what carried on the creation. So everything must have some taste, otherwise we cannot do it. So gopis are also serving. Of course, there is no material tinge here. The swabhava is spiritual. But definitely there is something that gives them joy. What is that? That we'll understand in the next verse. Krishna sah radhikar lila ye karaya nija sukha haite tate koti sukha paya. Hare Krishna. So there we need to understand Krishna sah radhikara lila ye karaya. When they somehow bring about karaya karna activity. Krishna saha Radhika, they bring Krishna, they bring Radha together. They bring Radha along with Krishna. Nija sukha haite tate koti sukha paya. Their happiness increases 10 million times. Yes. So their entire focus, the rasa is to see Radha and Krishna together. Bringing them back. And in one sense, even if we can look at the monkeys, the Vanar Sena. What was the Vanar Sena doing? They were working hard to get Sita and Ram together. Yes. So that is the hard work that they were doing. So their whole meditation and focus of Hanuman, Sugriv, and all the other wonderful monkeys, Jambavan, Vibhishan, they all had that one focus. How to get Sita and Ram together. And similarly, the whole mood of Vrindavan is how to get Krishna and Radha together. So one may ask, what is the big deal? They are always together. No, that's why there is a very nice thrill created. Parakiya Bhav. Radharani is made to marry Abhimanyu, the shadow of Krishna. And she has really tough nut people, Jatila and Kutila. Jatila, that mother-in-law, that typical mother-in-law that is the original Saas Bahu serials, where the mother-in-law has problem with daughter-in-law. And husband, or he's least bothered. He's a mad fellow. He's in his own world. He gets thrashed very nicely. So the entire Vrindavan, the Gopas and Gopis, they're all meditating how to make Radha and Krishna meet. So sometimes now Krishna and Abhimanyu look similar. So sometimes they take off the peacock feather of Krishna. That's it, he becomes Abhimanyu. How amazing, right? And then they send him. So Abhimanyu goes ahead and they make Abhimanyu as Krishna and they make him get beatings from Jatila and Kutila. So this is the fun they have. And then when sometimes what they do is Subal Sakha, he goes to meet Radharani and they stop him. Why are you coming to our area? I lost my calf. She must be in there. Can I just check once? Okay, take your calf and go. So he goes with the calf. Subal immediately goes to Radharani and says, Radha, Krishna is waiting for you. Please go. So how can I go like this? She said, let's exchange dresses. You become Subal and I'll become Radha and stay here. I'll wait for you. And then what happens is they exchange clothes, but Radharani has breasts. Subal does not have. So what about that? She says, don't worry, just cover it with that calf and go out. I got my calf. Radharani is expert at dressing. She's expert at talking. She's Shatkalali Pandita, right? She's expert at all the wonderful qualities. So she can speak in Subal's voice. All that things can be taken care. And that's how she goes out. So that's the whole thrill. The entire Gopas and the Gopis, they all work together in how to get the divine couple together. And that's what increases their joy. Koti Sukha Pai. Yes, so this is a big challenge. It's not easy. It is very difficult. And the entire movies, the movie plots, usually the romantic plots of Bollywood or something like that, they all focus on this, right? So there's a boy, he has his gang of friends, the girl, they have their gang, and they somehow want to get the hero and heroine together. Yes, they are the Sakhis who do it. So this is what we look at the movies, they are all perverted reflections of the original Leela that's going on there in Vrindavan. So what is the relationship between Radha and the Gopis? Let's find out. Radhar Swarupa Krishna Prema Kalpatat Lata Sakhi Gana Hayatare Pallava Pushpa Pata. Okay. Radha Swarupa. Srimati Radharani's spiritual nature is what? She is a creeper. Yes. Prema Kalpa Lata. Krishna Prema Kalpa Lata. So there is Kalpa Vriksha. She is Kalpa Lata. She is a creeper. Creeper of Prema. There are different creepers. There's a pumpkin creeper. There are different names of creeper, right? So she is a creeper of Krishna Prem. Who? Radharani. And then who are the gopis? Sakhigana Hayatara Pallava Pushpa Pata. Pata is patta. We say na leaves. Leaves of the creeper are the gopis. Some gopis are pushpa. Some gopis are flowers on that creeper. And Pallava. Some other gopis are twigs on that creeper. So that's how very closely connected are the gopis and Srimati Radharani. She is the creeper and others all are leaves, flowers and twigs on that particular creeper. Huh? Yes. And what is this Krishna Leela? Okay, now you're telling Radharani is here, Gopi is here. What is the Leela equal to? Leela also is given one beautiful analogy. What is that? Krishna Leelamrita yadi lata ke sinchaya nija sukha hai te pallavadyera koti sukha hai. So now this analogy will help us understand. Prabhu, you told us that Radha Krishna come together. Gopis get millions times pleasure, million times the pleasure, 10 million times the pleasure. How is that possible? So this analogy explains that. He says, what is Krishna Leela? Krishna Leela is nectar. Yes. What is it? Nectar. Krishna Leela is that nectar, real Amrit. Okay. And what do you do with that Amrit? Yadi lata ke sinchaya. You sprinkle that Amrit on the lata, on Radharani. Because Krishna Leela, who is involved? Radha is involved. Which means you put the nectar on the top of the creeper. Then what happens? Nija sukha haite pallavadyera koti sukha hoya. So, by sprinkling that on the creeper, what happens? The twigs, flowers and leaves, they enjoy greater than the creeper itself. Yes, that's what is happening. They enjoy more. So if you sprinkle water on the twigs, leaves and flowers individually, what will happen? They don't get. What is our philosophy? Yatha taror moola nishechanena. You have to put the water in the root. So Radharani is the root of the creeper. Same philosophy. So if you put the nectar on the root of the creeper, then the twigs, the flowers and leaves, they get nourished automatically. Same philosophy here. Yatha taror moola nishechanena tripyanti tatskanda bhujopashakha. So gopis are also like that, very beautiful leaves and everything, and leaves, twigs and flowers can get nourished only when the root is nourished. So when Radharani comes in contact with Krishna Lila gets sprinkled on Radharani, then all the gopis, they get 10 million times the joy and happiness. Haribo. And the same thing is mentioned in another verse of Govinda Lilamrit, which we are going to see. Evidence. Sakya Shri Radhikaya Braja Kumuda Vidorladini Nama Shakte Saramsha Prema Valaya Kisalaya Dala Pushpaditulya Swatulya Siktayam Krishna Leelamrita Rasanichayairulla Santayama Mushyam Jatullasa Shekah Shatagunam Adhikam Shanti Yattanna Chitram. Okay, so what is being spoken here? What is being spoken here? All the gopis and Radharani, they have been discussed here. That's the subject matter. And mainly what is the subject matter? The relationship between Radha and gopis. And what is that? Radharani expands as these gopis. Yes, these gopis are expansions of Radharani. In one sense, Radharani treats everyone equal to her. Yes, there is equality in spiritual world. Radharani never considers herself to be special. She treats everybody equal to her. So this is one. Okay, now we place this one. Okay, one equation over. Radharani equal to gopis. All right. Now what is Krishna? Second subject who is introduced in this verse is Krishna. And what does Krishna do? Oh, Krishna. Krishna gives pleasure to the very meaning of Krishna, one who attracts everybody and gives pleasure to everybody. Distributor of pleasure, distributor of bliss is called as Krishna. And how he does it? He attracts everyone and gives them bliss. So he's like what? Compared to lotus flowers. Actually, Vrajabhumi itself is compared to lotus flower. Yes, Vrajbhumi is called as lotus flower. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. All good? Now okay. All right. I don't know why the voice is breaking. I'm not doing it deliberately, but we definitely will see. So the Vrindavan Bhumi is also like a lotus, a 1,000-petal lotus. So who are the Vrajvasis? The Vrajvasis are also compared to lotus. And what does the moon do? The moon is the cool rays of the moon, it pleases the lotus flower. So Krishna is that Krishna Chandra. He is that wonderful moon, full moon, who is giving pleasure to Vrindavan and the Vrajvasi. Now, two equations done? Radha equal to gopis. She treats everyone gopis are all her expansion and she treats everyone equally. Second statement is Krishna is giving pleasure to all the Vrajavasis, lotus-like residents of Vrajavasis. That is also done. Now what? Now it is said. The next thing is that giving pleasure, right? That moon rays, the moon is giving pleasure to lotus flower. So what is that pleasure giving potency? How is Krishna giving pleasure? Yes, the pleasure giving potency is Radharani. That is the connection. So Radharani is that creeper of that pleasure giving potency. And the gopis are flowers, leaves and twigs. And the same verse is a proof from Govinda Lilamrit that when Krishna's pastimes are sprinkled on the creepers of the root of Radharani, then all of the other friends, they all get the nectar of Krishna Lila. Moon distributes nectar. For us, moon distributes nectar or not? Yes, moon distributes nectar. Because if moon does not give the moon rays the nectar, the sabjis will not have taste. None of the vegetables or foodstuffs will have taste. What is the taste of vegetables? There is nectar. So moon distributes that. So that is Krishna Leela. That's how he gives pleasure, through his Leela. Now one may ask a question. The gopis want to see Radha and Krishna together, and they get more pleasure because she is the creeper. But what does Radharani want to do? What is her feelings? What are her emotions? That's mentioned. Yadyapi sakhira Krishna sangame nahi man man tathapi radhika yatne karana sangama. So this particular statement speaks about Radharani. What does she want to do to reciprocate for the gopis? The gopis want to make arrangements for her to be with Krishna. What does Radharani want to do? Yes, Yadyapi Sakhira Krishna Sangape Naiman. Gopis don't have any desire to personally enjoy with Krishna. No. Tathapi, but still, Radhika Yatne. Radharani is fully working hard. Yatna means to work hard. What hard work Radharani is doing? Karana Sangama. She is putting great endeavor to ensure Krishna enjoys with the gopis. Wow, this is so amazing, right? She wants, her heart is, Krishna should enjoy with these gopis. So that's why gopis, sometimes what they do is they arrange jhulan for Radha and Krishna. How many of you have taken part in jhulan? The swing pastimes? Yes. So they arranged very beautiful jhulan, where they decorate this with very soft flowers, very tender flowers, very fragrant flowers, the ropes of the swing, everything is perfect. And then they make Krishna sit there, and they make Radharani sit there. And what they do? After sitting in the swing, what else is required? You have to give a push. We pull. Just pull that swing nicely. So that's how we all pull. We have pull swing. I've done the jhulan. Very, very nice seva. So we have to do it gently. So like that, Radha and Krishna are enjoying the jhulan. But Radharani says, stop. Stop. She gets down. She calls Lalita Sakhi. Now you sit next to Krishna. I will pull. That's her attitude. This is Radharani's service attitude. You sit down. I'll serve. Wow. And furthermore, this mood is explained in the next verse also. Let's see the next verse. Nana chale Krishna preri sangama karaya Atma Krishna sangha haite koti sukha paya. So what is being spoken? Nana chale, under different pretext, Krishna preri sangama karaya. She ensures like this. I gave one example of swing pastime. So somehow she induces Krishna preri sangama karaya. She wants to induce the contact between gopis and Krishna. And Radharani gets 10 million times happiness, koti sukha paye, to see more than I getting pleasure with Krishna. If gopis are serving Krishna directly, I get 10 million times pleasure. This is the mood of Vrindavan. We are trying to understand the mood of Vrindavan. The mood of Raj is let others serve. Let others get Krishna. Unless we develop this mood, we are not going to go to Vrindavan. So this mood is very important. There's sometimes a race that happens. So Krishna is going and standing in like this. Krishna holds like this. You've seen? Sometimes the kids have race. So the Gopas, they say, oh, I will go and touch Krishna first. The other Gopa says, no, you cannot. I will go and touch him first. So every Gopa wants to go and touch Krishna first. It seems like that. But actually in their heart, they're all praying that let He go and touch Krishna first. I'll get more pleasure in that Gopa going and touching Krishna first and I coming last. So this is the mood that many times carries. So my spiritual master once was approached by the devotees of the temple of ISKCON Chowpatty. They said, Maharaj, this year we distributed 1 lakh Bhagavad Gitas and we have come first in the world. Maharaj was saying, Hari Bol. Maharaj was very happy. And he said, next year, you all distribute 10 lakh books. And everybody was Hari Bol. And come last. Which means his mood was, let others distribute more books. So next year distribute 10 lakh and come last. We will come last. So that let others distribute more books. So this is actually the mood, genuine mood of Vrindavan, where one wants to do greatest service for Krishna and then want to come last. Right? So that let others do better. So yeah, so this mood is very difficult because we have all taken birth in material world. We have so much of conditioning in material world. We always want, I'll come first. I will do the best. I will do maximum. No. Mood of Vrindavan, yes. Do great, but you come last. Let others do better. This mood is very important. Now one may say Radharani, how she gets 10 million times joy. And we saw how gopis get 10 million times joy. But how does Krishna get joy? Let's find out. अन्योन्य विशुद्ध प्रेमे कर रस पुष्ट तासा बार प्रेम देखी कृष्ण हय पुष्ट. Hare Krishna. Anyonya, each other, like this Gopi and Radharani having this competition. Gopis want to get Radha with Krishna and Radharani wants to get Gopis with Krishna. Anyonya Vishuddha Prema, there is a pure love that is seen. Kare Rasa Pushta, and this love actually, it nourishes the Madhurya Bhakti. This is Madhurya Bhakti. Tasabara Prema Dekhi Krishna Hayatushta, and seeing this love that Radharani has for the Gopis and Gopis have for Radharani, and they each other want to serve, ensure that they get Krishna, they get Krishna. This love nourishes, in fact, this satisfies Krishna. This is something that satisfies Krishna. So Radharani and the Gopis, both of them are not interested in personally associating with Krishna, but wanting to give others Krishna. They would like to see others in association of Krishna. And this dealings is the very core of Madhurya Bhakti, and this pleases Krishna. Right? The last 2 verses we are going to discuss, not 2, we have many more verses left. Not last. Next 2 verses I would say. 1, 2, 3. Next 3 verses, we may ask a question. Many times people ask, Arey, this pastime between Radha and Krishna look like some ordinary mundane boy and girl pastime. What is the difference? Yes, so the difference is very clearly indicated in this section. Because sometimes even Shastras, they comment on this mood of gopis as lust. Yes, sometimes Kama Tapa Badika. So Krishna's feelings for gopis is also sometimes called as lust, Kama. So we want to know a little bit more about this. So why innermost desire of gopis is called as lust sometimes? Or is it is called lust always? What is that? We want to know more. Okay. सहज गोपीर प्रेम नाही प्राकृत काम काम क्रीडा साम्यतार कही काम नाम. So first of all, the statement that Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is putting, so this kind of sahaja gopira prem, so the natural love that gopis have for Krishna, yes, the characteristic is that nahe prakrit kam. It can never be compared to the lust of this material world, mundane boy girl attraction. It cannot be compared. But kama krida samye, it is very similar to this materialistic people having lust. A boy having lust for a girl, girl having lust for a boy. It is compared to that. Yes. Tarakahi kamanam. And because of that, it appears like that. it is called as kama. And even if you see Rupa Goswami Pad in his Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Yuvatinam yata yono yunam cham yuvati yatha mano abhiramate tasya mano me ramate vai. So he gives this particular shloka where he says, what he's praying, Rupa Goswami, what is he praying to Krishna? He's praying to Krishna just as a boy is attracted to a girl and girl is attracted to Krishna, a boy naturally. Like that, let me also be attracted to you in my mind. And in my mind, let me simply relish your thoughts. That's how he prays. Because that is the life. He's not praying like that for himself. So Acharyas, whenever they are offering prayers for all of us. Their prayers are called templates. You know what is template file? In corporate terminology, they have template files. Template means the standard file. Take it and change your name. So Acharyas give us very good template files. So Rupa Goswami is giving us template to pray. Yes, because we all have experience of lust. Yes, correct. Like that intensity of lust. So lust versus prema, what is applicable? Material lust can never be engaged in Krishna's service. No. Only prema is applicable for satisfaction of Krishna. Krishna is never satisfied by kama, he is satisfied by prema. And thus, here if Krishna is telling that I am satisfied with gopis, it cannot be kama. Because Krishna was not pleased with Kubja, he was not pleased with Shurpanaka. No. So gopis, why this is not kama? Because they don't have any personal sense gratification. Yes. They don't have personal sense gratification. So they want, their whole desire is, this gopi can serve Krishna better. You go and serve. You can serve better. You go and serve. You will be able to serve better. You go and serve. So whoever is better, they can serve. So once there was a very amazing, I don't want to name the context. There was a very amazing leader of one temple. And there is, okay, we'll call him, let's give him some name. Okay, Prabhu, Rasgulla Prabhu. Okay, so Rasgulla Prabhu had very nice temple, and there was a very beautiful college, big university. And Rasgulla Prabhu invites Gulab Jamun Prabhu. Gulab Jamun Prabhu is excellent youth preacher. He knows how to preach very nicely in universities. So Rasgulla Prabhu invited Gulab Jamun Prabhu that you come and preach in my place and make wonderful devotees for Prabhupada. So the devotees asked Rasgulla Prabhu that, Prabhu, how did you invite Gulab Jamun Prabhu to come to your area and preach? He said, actually preaching is service of great acharyas. It is the mood of Radhanani to engage all gopis in service of Krishna. And I cannot do it properly. That Gulab Jamun Prabhu can do better service than me. And that is why Gulab Jamun Prabhu should preach. And I will assist. I will provide all facilities so that he can preach, because he can do better service. So this is the mood that pleases Krishna. And some devotees were still not able to understand, Prabhu, आपका सेवा है, आपका एरिया है, आपको करना चाहिए. You should do it. Why are you calling Gulab Jamun Prabhu? So Rasgulla Prabhu explained, see, you are told tomorrow cook for your Guru Maharaj. And you don't know any cooking. What will you do? You will invite the best cook and say, Prabhu, Guru Maharaj is staying in my place. You come and prepare this item which Guru Maharaj likes so that he can get best service. Correct? That's what we would do, right? Because imagine you say, I will cook for Guru Maharaj. And you cook and Guru Maharaj gets lot of masala, mirchi, Guru Maharaj's health is spoiled. Such a disservice, right? Such a big disservice. And that's why. So later on, this Prabhu who did this became a great sannyasi. He's in our movement. He's there. He's an initiating spiritual master also. This is the mood of Vrindavan. You come and you serve. You can do better. You serve. So now one may ask a question. Why is this love different from gopis? But what makes this love of gopis different from one reason given is it is pleasing to Krishna. Kama doesn't please Krishna. Prema pleases Krishna. Reason one. Number two, Gopis don't have any personal gratification here. They want others to serve Krishna and they get pleasure million times when they see others serving Krishna. So that is the second reason. Now one more reason that's given. प्रेमैव गोपरामाणां काम इत्यागमत् प्रथाम् इति उद्धवाद्ययोप्येतं वाञ्छन्ति भगवत्प्रियः. Oh, if this was lust, the question, simple logic. If this was lust, will Uddhava aspire for it? Uddhava is such a learned scholar. He knows Shastras. He is such a Paramagyani. What is Uddhava praying? Asamaho charanarenu jushamaham Vindavane kimapi gulmalataushadhinam Yodustajam swajanamaryapatam cha hitva Lebe mukunda padavim shrutibhir virnigyat. So he is praying, let me asamaho charana renu. I am aspiring for the lotus feet from the dust of the lotus feet of the gopis, so that I may become a small, insignificant creeper in Vrindavan and stay there. And let me keep getting the dust from the lotus feet. That is the desire of Uddhava. Uddhava will desire for such karma. Again, extending this, not there in this verse. Will Shukdev Goswami discuss about it? Will Parikshit Maharaj at the time of death understand? He will be asking some, I want to watch some romantic movie. Will he talk about it? It's not ordinary. Will Chaitanya Mahaprabhu discuss this topic? The greatest of sannyasis. Will all our acharyas who have given up, who are Rup, Sanatan, Bhatt Raghunath, Sri Jeev Gopal Bhatta Das Raghunath, 6 Goswamis, what high class standards of Vaishnava etiquette, behaviors, philosophy these people have? Will these people discuss these subject matters? Not possible, right? So that is the third reason that's given. That these acharyas are discussing this. Means what? This is not mundane. Now, next, clear-cut difference between lust and love. Nijendriya sukha hetu kamera tatparya, Krishna sukha tatparya gopi bhava varya. Nije indriya sukha hetu kamera tatparya. What is the purport of lust? Tatparya, intention. Purport means actually it is intention, real intention. Content and intent. Content is translation, intent is purport. So tatparya, we sometimes say na tatparya. What is kamera tatparya? What is the intention? Nijendriya sukha hetu, of how to satisfy my own senses. Whereas Krishna sukha tatparya gopi bhava varya. Their desire is only to please Krishna. So this has been already discussed. Continuing. Do gopis have any desire to enjoy? Nijendriya sukha vancha nahi gopikara, Krishna sukhe dite kare sangama vihara. No. They have no desire to have any personal sense enjoyment, not even a pinch. Is there little bit? Thoda thoda? No, not even a pinch of desire for sense gratification. They simply want to give pleasure to Krishna, and that is why they mingle with Krishna. Krishna sukha dite kare sangama vihar. They play with Krishna, they associate with Krishna just to give him pleasure. They have absolutely no desire for personal enjoyment, not even a pinch. And this particular desire is explained in the Bhagavatam, the second last shloka for today. Yatte sujata charanam muruham staneshu bhitasyanai priyadadi mahi karkareshu tena vatim matasi yat vyatatena kim svit kurpadibir brahmati dir bhavad ayushamnaha. So gopis, where they are meditating? They are meditating on Krishna's lotus. Yatte charanam sujata, very beautiful. Sujata, jata means janma, something that's born, something that's created. Sujata means that is beautifully created. Yatte, who has created Krishna's lotus feet? They are wondering. Everybody has feet, but Krishna's lotus feet is special. Who created? Sujata, beautiful. So these gopis, they are worried. They are meditating on Krishna's lotus feet and they are disturbed. And may ask, you meditate on Krishna's lotus feet, you get peaceful. The yogis, jnana avastita tadgatena manasa patspashyantiyam yogiro, they meditate on Krishna's lotus feet and experience shanti, shanti, shanti. But gopis are meditating on Krishna's lotus feet and feeling a lot of anxiety. Yes. The Bhita, they are afraid. They're actually, what happens is, they're saying, their philosophy is, we are afraid to even put Krishna's lotus feet on our chest. Why? Because our chest is so hard, hurt. Then what to speak of Krishna going in the forest, Atati, and there are so many different kinds of stones and pebbles, kurpadivihi, and this will, poke Krishna and Krishna's feet. They're so soft, you touch it becomes red immediately. So Vyatati, we are all having lot of, Krishna's feet is getting vyatha, some pain, and we are all very much disturbed by it. Our mind is very disturbed. When we see Krishna's feet is pained. Even to put his feet on our chest, we are so fearful. Now Krishna is going to the forest. We are meditating on his feet. His feet is getting touched by the stones. They're getting pricked. Oh, we are we are pained. Right? So that is why the conclusion of today is, what is the mood that we need to. So this is all the different moods of gopis are there. Their service attitude is something we have seen. So we are supposed to be following in their footsteps. That's called as Raganuga. The Vrindavan Bhaktas are Ragi Bhaktas. Rag means their attachment to Krishna is beyond any intellectual processing. Sei gopi bhavamrite yaral lobhaya Veda dharma lokatyaji se Krishna bhajya. So this speaks about the symptoms of Raganuga, followers of gopis. Conclusion. So say gopi bhavamrite yara lobha haya. Anybody who gets this, somehow this gopi bhav, is attracted to this particular bhava of the gopis. Veda dharma lokatyaji se Krishna bhajai. He gives up all the other so-called moral codes and principles, even to the point of follow the Vedic principles, and just worships the gopis and Krishna. Of course, this is not an instruction given to all of us right now. Srila Prabhupada, his instruction, because we are in an institution, we are a part of this institution. Even if you are on the Raga platform, Prabhupada instructed us to never give up Vaidhi platform. We never give up the rules and regulations. That's what even the Goswamis did. We have to follow in the footsteps of the Goswamis, Rupanugas. Although Rupa, Sanatan, Jiva, Raghunath Das, Raghunath Bhatta, Gopal Bhatta, they were all beyond all these Vedic rules and regulations. They never gave up Vaidhi Bhakti. Yes, so we should not give up Vaidhi Bhakti, but a person who is in Raga Marg is beyond the Vidhis of Shastras already. That's what is spoken. Alright, thank you very much. We will pause here. It was wonderful connecting with all of you once again. I would like the YouTube to be paused. I have a message for